Well, it's been a while since I put anything out. Be honest, I haven't really been working on a whole lot. I'm still really constrained by dollars. I've been doing a lot of mowing and trying to get stuff sorted where we can. Still a lot of things that are not where they're going to live, but today I am working on finishing up this brooder because we don't have a choice. The chickens that we hatched are ready to get out of the little space that they're in. So I don't remember if I'd put this in a video before, but I'd gone back to the old house for something, and the 2x4s that were from the chicken tractor that were still halfway usable, we ended up keeping a handful of them. So all these ones with the green paint on them. And I ran them through the table saw and ripped them in half to make 2x2, or pretty close to 2x2. And I built this new frame out of the old chicken tractor wood and the old screws that I pulled out of the chicken tractor. And then the siding that I have on the sides and the back is actually what was on the wall over there. I got another piece of it still sitting there. So far the only thing that I've actually had to buy for this has been the hardware cloth that we're putting on the front of it, which that was an $80 roll of hardware cloth. I don't know when that happened, but boy. Anyway, I'm gonna keep working on this, getting the front of this buttoned up, and then I'll stand it up, get the top of it finished up, and we'll see what it looks like here in a minute. Okay, sides are folded and stapled. Bottom is folded and stapled. I left this strip as additional deterrent. Other side is folded and stapled. And this is what it looks like sitting down with the bottom in it. These are alignment marks. That's just spray paint. But one of the things that I realized over the last few, between the brooders and the planters that I did, all my false bottoms end up being a little bit different. Everything is cut a certain way, or, you know, so over here we have a short board that's narrow, and then there's a single board that's cut and another single board there. As they dry and just go through life and whatever, they twist, and generally they'll stay in place, but sometimes when they come out, it's a pain to get them back in. So I'm hoping that this will allow me to just line everything up easily and slide it back in. We'll see. And now it is time to I need one more support across the top of this, then we're going to put the lid on. So this is a perfect example of why I never managed to build anything the same way twice. So I only bought 3-foot wide hardware cloth. I knew that I was going to have to double up the top. So when I put the front section on, I kept the section that I cut off, which is now stapled onto the back. And then a full sheet will go here. Well, and I didn't catch this until after I was already done. I was intending to put screws here to make up this gap because of these boards. Well, if I was smart, I would have brought this back about 1.5 inches and just folded it the same way that I'm planning on doing on the front. But I'm not gonna waste all the hardware and take it off and redo it. So it is what it is, and we'll just do it better next time. All right, so it's about as together as it's gonna get. And instead of putting an automatic prop in it, I just built an extra piece of wood to jam into place. It centers on that support, so it's locked in place side to side, and it just sits in here like that. So now it is time to take the bottom out of it and drag it across to the loafing shed where the chickens are going to live until they're big enough to come out of here. I don't necessarily show a lot of stuff like this usually, but I figure why not? A lot of the work that I do, I have to do entirely by myself, so I have to come up with ways of moving things. This isn't terribly heavy because of the way that it's constructed, and that was done on purpose, but because I have to move it by myself, this is probably the best way to get it where it needs to go. All right, just like that, we're inside. I did have to reposition this once I got it across the yard to be able to get it through the door and chicken run door out there. So now we're just going to clean this out and put this thing in place. And here we are with it fully in place. A little bit of a gap on the side over there. A little bit of a gap back here to allow the lid to stand all the way up if we want. I'm gonna clean up some of the diatomaceous earth that I have to help control bugs and all that stuff. That's gonna get laid down inside this area, and then the false bottom goes back in. We'll get some pine shavings in there, and then we'll throw our fancy birds in. All right, so just like that, we got the chicks out here, and it's the first time they've seen straw, so this is gonna be fun. But it's plenty warm enough out here. We shouldn't have any issues. We're gonna lock them up and give them their food, and they've got their water, and we're all set.